Hello, and thank you for listening to Bringing It Back, a podcast reviewing critically acclaimed movies from over the last 50 years. Today we have one of my favorites, Lost in Translation by Sofia Coppola, daughter of Francis Ford Coppola, director of The Godfather. Lost in Translation was released in October 2003, starring Bill Murray as Bob Harris and Scarlett Johansson as Scarlett, taking place in Tokyo, Japan. Bob is a lonely, aging movie star there to film a Japanese whiskey commercial, and Scarlett is accompanying her stuck-up celebrity photographer husband, John, who is there for business. The two find each other at a hotel bar and begin to go on a journey of self-discovery, understanding, and love that is heartfelt and truly meaningful. Pulitzer Prize winner and notable movie critic Roger Ebert said this in his review of the movie. Lost in Translation offers an experience in the exercise of empathy. The characters empathize with each other. That's what it's about, and we can empathize with them going through that process. Sophia wants to show two people lonely in a vast foreign Tokyo coming to the mutual realization that their lives are stuck. Perhaps what they're looking for is the same thing I've heard we seek in marriage, a witness. Lost in Translation is marked by its stillness, sparse dialogue, and long silences. Coppola's style is observational, allowing her characters' emotional states to unfold through gestures, expressions, and interactions with the environment rather than words. This creates a sense of personal distance, yet one that is filled with depth, emphasizing emotional nuance over verbal explanation. Here is a short clip of a scene from Lost in Translation where this is done.
I'm stuck. Does it get easier?
No. Yes. It gets easier.
Oh, yeah? Look at you.
Thanks. And the more you know who you are and what you want, the less you let things upset you.
At the core, the film is about the feeling of being alone in an unfamiliar place, even when surrounded by people. They are in the same physical space, yet emotionally distanced from everyone around them, including their own lives from back home. This alienation isn't just geographical, but psychological. Both characters are in transition, lost in the vastness of their personal lives. Charlotte's husband understands nothing of what she says or feels, nor does she understand how he's behaving. Bob's wife and assistant don't understand how desperately indifferent he is to the carpet samples, and so on. What does get translated, finally, is what Bob and Scarlett are really thinking. The whole movie is about that act of translation taking place, how they connect with being disconnected from their separate lives. The fleeting nature of time is a major theme in this movie. The film takes place over a few days, yet the emotional impact of those days will last forever for Bob and Scarlett. This theme ties into the idea that certain moments in life can be significant despite their shortness, and that we often encounter people who change us for the briefest of moments but leave lasting marks on our lives. It's a beautifully crafted exploration of how fleeting moments can leave a lasting impact on our lives, reminding us that sometimes it's the connections we make in passing that define us the most. The ending of this movie has been discussed a lot online about what Bob whispers into Charlotte's ear. Here's a portion of that ending. The viewer cannot hear what Bob says, but the words seem meaningful to both. I believe the choice to make these words inaudible was a great deliberate choice because those words weren't for our ears. It would be nice to have that closure from an audience's standpoint, but do we necessarily need this movie to end in that way? Does knowing what he says to her change anything about their relationship and how the audience views each of them? Albert says once again that one of the strengths of Coppola's screenplay is that her people and everything they do are believable, and I think that is an important insight when reflecting about this film. This isn't a Hollywood Hallmark movie with cheesy acting and cliche endings. This is an up-close and personal story that leaves you pondering about your own life and how lonely we all really are. But within that loneliness, we can find solace in knowing that everyone shares this human experience, and we can find peace in that discomfort, that we don't have to be lost in translation alone. This was Bringing It Back. I'm your host, Caleb Smith. Thank you for watching.